I'm going to use the Pythagorean theorem to solve a couple of different problems here. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared can help me find missing sides in triangles or missing side lengths in a variety of objects. So the first thing you want to do is identify whether you're looking for the hypotenuse, if that's the side that you're missing, or if you're looking for one of the legs. So in this particular diagram here, I'm asked to find x. So is x a leg or the hypotenuse? Okay. It is a long side, but is it the longest side? Here is my 90-degree angle, and across from my 90-degree angle is 10.5. So remember, the hypotenuse is always across from your right angle and is the longest side. So that makes this side my hypotenuse, okay? So that means x is a leg and not the hypotenuse. So when I set up my Pythagorean theorem, I'm going to use x and 3.1 as my legs. So x squared plus 3.1 squared equals 10.5 squared. So my first step here would be to subtract 3.1 from both sides. Sorry, 3.1 squared from both sides. So if I subtract 3.1 squared from this side, I'm just left with x squared. And over here I'll have 10.5 squared minus 3.1 squared. So from here, I'll just get my calculator out here now. So I got 10.5 squared. Okay, is 110.25. And I'm going to subtract away 3.1 squared. So 3.1 squared is 9.61. So 110.25 subtract 9.61. Subtract away 9.61 equals 100.64. Okay. So I know I'm going to need to take the square root of that, so I'll just come back to that in a second. So it was 100.64. Okay, so that's what x squared is equal to. So remember, to find x, 100.64 would represent the square that's on that side here, would represent this square here. Okay, so what I want to do here is find the square root. So x will equal square root 100.64. And if I just quickly find that here, I see it comes out to be about 10.03. So I'll go to one decimal place. So I'll say that here x equals 10.0 feet. Here I'm looking at the length of the ramp. So I have 2 and 3. And again, sometimes you kind of have to look at it and draw in your right angle. You know, if you're given problems like this, you know that you're going to be using the Pythagorean theorem. So I am actually looking for C here. So here I would say 2 or 2.0 or 2 squared plus 13 squared is equal to C squared. So 2 squared is 2 times 2 is 4. 13 squared is 13 times 13 is 169. Okay, use your calculator there for a number that's, you know, after a certain size. I'm sure your teacher would say that a calculator would be okay. Adding those together, I get 173. And again, 173 would represent the area of the square on the hypotenuse. So I would want to get the square root of 173. And the square root of 173 would be approximately 13.2. So we'll say 13.2 meters. Okay. So again, I identified what I was looking for, the hypotenuse or a leg, and I went from there. Okay, hope that helps. There's going to be a variety of different problems that you're going to see as you go along. If you're not given a diagram, I recommend you drawing a diagram and labeling your sides and then going from there. Thanks for listening.